probably going to be one of the ones we go over next time, but the Rock Orchestra seems to be a modern take on the same thing that, like, Apocalyptica used to do. I only saw their zombie video, but that was some craziness. Sorry, had to sneeze. I don't think they actually have. Well, we might be able to cover the Rock Orchestra in time. I think most of their stuff is like not. How do I? Words are escaping me again. But I think most of their stuff is these 4. And by the way, we have Halcyon or Halcyon. I'm not sure how you're supposed to say her name. I wish I knew. She's in this one too. So yeah, she gets around. Let's fire these up. I'm just gonna put them in the order that I think we need to cover them. All right, let's go. By the way, she looks like extra young because everyone next to her is a guy and they're all taller. She looks like she's like nearly a foot shorter than everyone else on that side. I feel kind of bad for her. The poor flute player. Anyways, back to it.
Another head hangs lowly, child is slowly taken, and the violence causes silence. Who are we mistaken? But
I've heard this one before, which is why I let it like go all the way through. But man, for an instrumental version, this still has so much power instrumentally. Um, I mean, the the singer, uh, Aaron Fox, is also really good, really good. Um, I should mention too that the flute player switches out her flute for like what I have to assume is a type of piccolo because of the size. I can't be sure if it's technically a piccolo or not, but I have known people that play piccolo, so I had to mention that. Uh, that's what the short flutes basically is usually called. If you decide that flute is a class of instruments and not just one specific one, anyways. It's because it's so related to flutes, I consider them to just be a smaller flutes. But some people get a little bit touchy about that. They don't like it when you call it a smaller flute. But usually it's flute players that play piccolo. Or like piccolo players will also play flute because they're very like related. Um, it was nice to have a brass section and a string section. Though, like the case, usually anytime there's strings, you have to have a lot of strings. You pretty much saw. There's like one trumpet player, one flute player, um, a couple of other brass players. I don't recall off the top of my head specifically what they play. I don't know if there's a good shot of like the whole bands. I don't I don't think there is. But then you have like six string instruments. But yeah, I think this was a very, very good take. Um, I really wonder about this next one because it is Nothing Else Matters by Metallica, which has Halcyon or Halocen. How I still can't say her name right. I'm sorry. Um, and I know that one was actually done by Apocalyptica, which was an orchestra that did heavy metal music. So I'm quite curious what we're gonna get.
So close, no matter how far. Couldn't be much more from the heart. Forever trusting who we are, and nothing else matters. Never opened myself this way. Life is ours, we live it our way. All these words I don't just say, and nothing else matters.
Before they get into the next line, I want to see if they actually list everybody. Yeah, I was just curious. I'm like, that one looks really familiar, even though you can't see their face. And I just had to check. It is not who I was suspecting, but let's get back to it.
Trust I seek and I find in you. Every day for something new. Open mind for a different view. And nothing else matters. Never cared for what they do. Never cared for what they know. But I
I like the opera inclusion.
never opened myself this way. Life is ours, we live it our way. All these words I don't just say, and nothing else matters. Trust I seek and I find in you. Every day for something new. Open mind for a different view. And nothing else matters. Never cared for what they say. Never cared for games they play. Never cared for what they do. Never cared for what they know. And I so close, no matter how far. Couldn't be much more from the heart. Forever trusting who we are. No, nothing else matters.
I gotta say, I think I prefer this to the Apocalyptica version. And Apocalyptica was a full orchestra. Um, yeah, man, we will specifically actually probably be able to find them. See, this is how they did the arrangement. I won't play the whole thing. I think you can understand the difference. I think I prefer the rock orchestra. Though I have, I mean, this has been viewed 18 million times and was recorded 11 years ago. But still, I think I prefer the other. All right, now let's do some System of a Down, because why not? Okay, this one does not have a singer. If I could speak fast enough, I would do the lyrics, but I can't speak that fast. I think they might have performed that live, since we hear the audience. Obviously, the audience only at the end, but still. Wow, that was 3 years ago. Holy crap. All right, last one. 6 months ago. Also, by the way, featuring Aaron Fox.
How can you see into my eyes like open doors?
All right. this is not a diss on Erin Fox, but she's not quite up to the standards of Evanescence. I think she's good, just not that good. No diss to her. She is incredible. I just don't think she's quite on the same like tier. But I am still amazed at how close she gets. All right, back to it.
Leading you down into my core, where I've become so numb. Without a soul, my spirit's sleeping somewhere cold until you find that there and lead it back home.
Wake me up!
Wake me up inside.
Can't wake up!
Wake me up inside.
Save me!
Call my name and save me from the dark.
Wake me up!
Bid my blood to rise.
Can't wake up!
Before I come undone.
Save me!
Save me from the nothing I've become. Now that I know what I'm without, you can't just leave me. Breathe into me and make me real. Bring me to life.
Wake me up!
Wake me up inside.
Can't wake up!
Wake me up inside.
Save me!
Call my name and save me from the dark.
Wake me up!
Bid my blood to rise.
Can't wake up!
Before I come undone.
Save me!
Save me from the nothing I
I've been living a lie. There's nothing inside.
Bring me to life.
I have to say this before we get to the end, which is what I was trying to save my thoughts for, but the male vocalist is too well trained. I'm totally forgetting the name of the guy that used to be in Evanescence and did the male vocals. Totally blanking on the guy's name. But he was not like a super trained singer. He was more of like a professional amateur, which is why he didn't do a lot of singing in the early songs. He started to do more as he got like more training into him. But this guy who usually is doing like backing vocals. So I was holding off and I was going to wait. But there's this part that we just did where, he's the primary singer for a minute and he does it too well. He adds stuff because it's how a professional singer would do it. And it throws me off because that's not how the original sounds. I know that sounds bad, but it's not a diss on him at all. It is just they needed that same level of like experience in the male vocals to really match the original. So personally, I think it's this crazy mix up of like talent levels in the singers. The guy's too talented, and the girl is just slightly not talented enough. I still think they do an amazing job, but I just personally, myself, I can't quite feel the song when they're singing it. It feels a little bit off. I know that's a me thing, totally a me thing. It is still a great song. It just feels a little bit off. Anyways, back to it.
All this time, can't believe I couldn't see. Kept in the dark, but you were there in front of me.
I've been sleeping 1,000 years, it seems. Got to open my eyes to everything.
Without a thought, without a voice, without a soul.
Don't let me die here.
There must be something bad. Wake me up.
Wake me up inside.
Can't wake up.
Wake me up inside.
Save me.
Call your name and save me from the dark.
Wake me up.
Bend my blood to red.
Can't wake up.
Before I come undone.
Save me.
Save me from the nothing I become.
I've been living a lie. There's nothing inside.
All right. I managed to catch it just in time. I agree with this person. This channel having only 4 videos should be classified as a criminal offense. I would totally like more the rock orchestra. I mean, the fact that they only have like 200,000 fans is probably criminal. Especially when, like, Apocalyptica has like more. I prefer the rock orchestra's mixes to Apocalyptica. All right. All right. I think that's going to be it for today. Uh, I have nearly hit 3 hours and I put in a couple like 20 minutes before that. So, I'm at like 3 hours and 30 minutes. Let me find someone for us to raid. I think I'm gonna raid Hana. We haven't visited with Hana in a little bit. All right. I hope you all enjoyed. I think today was a lot of fun. We covered a lot of different talents. And I am now going to have to spend like 2 hours like just editing them down into individual like sections. Um I think tomorrow is gonna be Claire Obscure. I need to get back to it. Um, yeah, I think that's what it's gonna be. we're gonna have some Boulder's Gate in there. Boca said she wants to do a collab BG3 stream on Wednesday and hopefully Friday. So 2 times next week. Um, but yeah, I think that's it. So for now, have fun, take care, and I'll see you later. Bye.